Welcome to Season 8 of A Little Birdie Told Me, the podcast. I'm your host, Rebecca Horan, and on episode 4, I'm talking to Laura Drury, aka the Glam Shamrock. Laura is a content creator as she's living in England with her 3 children. We discussed everything from managing your C-section scarring to how she keeps healthy and happy, her business, her career, and life at home with 3. It's a really gorgeous chat. I hope you enjoy it. To all my gorgeous listeners, because every parent deserves peace of mind, I'm thrilled to share that this episode is brought to you in partnership with Optimal Follow-On Milk, the #1 follow-on milk brand in Ireland. Optimal Follow-On Milk is a product you can trust. It's specially designed to support babies' growth and development as it contains calcium and vitamin D, which contributes to the normal growth and development of bone. With over 50 years of dedicated breast milk research, Optimal Follow-On Milk brings science and care together to support your baby's journey. Optimal Follow-On Milk, your life, our science. Important notice: breastfeeding is best. Follow-on milk should be used as part of a mixed diet from 6 months. Please speak to a healthcare professional for advice. To verify #1, contact the Optimal Care Line. This is a good season. We're both in denim. That was not planned. Well, it kind of was because I wasn't uber happy with my original choice.
Yeah, I told you. Come on now.
I stalked this woman again. Yeah. She was like, we'll see. Today, I'm really fragile, and the show is not about me, but I'm really fragile because my last child, my second child, has gone into junior infants, gone into school, and I was talking to this beautiful woman about where her kids are at, and this is why I wanted to have her on. So welcome to A Little Birdie Told Me, the Glam Shamrock, aka Laura, is on the pod again.
Oh,
welcome.
Thank you for having me.
She would, I've done this twice. I think I would do with Georgie Crawford, with someone else, but you've such an evolution all the time, and I'm kind of I just want to keep grabbing you as long as this podcast is on. And I watch you with interest, I watch you with joy, and now you're in a very different stage. And you just reminded me, I was like, oh, you were on the pod last year. Like, no, Bex, it was nearly 2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah.
So you had Laura, you had a 5-month-old baby when you were in here.
Yeah, last time.
And now you have a 2-year-old.
2-year-old, yes, a boisterous 2-year-old boy who I had to take to Tal Hospital the other day because he decided to jump off my dad's bunk bed. And I was like, oh dear God.
So he's full blown?
He is a full blown feral 2-year-old, yeah, he really is.
And then the other 2?
Yeah, they're great. I mean, they are, Flynn is just, he's changed so much as well, because I think I mentioned that they were both very different the last time around. He's just very sweet, and he just says really kind things to me. He's like, even this morning before I left, he's like, Mummy, I love you so much. And whereas Miss Independent is like, where's my cream for my pancakes? You know, she's just really
where's my face cream? Yeah. It's like, stop, I don't have a collab
but she is like that. She'll come in and she's like, oh, thanks, Mummy.
See, the one girl, she is going to be super independent.
And she's naturally yeah,
I love that.
Like that. So
your hair, please can we just mention your hair is insane. So you went super red.
I'm going turbo Irish. I'm Irish redhead.
It is
it's not going to work more for the brand.
How is it with 3? Because you were saying, why do people say to me, Rebecca, will I have sex with my husband to have the third? You're like, don't ask me. But people do ask you.
They do ask me. And I have to be honest, it is, I found 2 really, I'll be honest, I found 2 manageable. And I find 3, sometimes now, I'll say now at this stage, I find it manageable. Some days. And some days I'm like, holy mother of God.
Why? It's
I pass away.
It's
always loud. I had one friend come over and she's got a 9-year-old daughter, and she is like, is it all?
Just talking or noise or?
Just the constant, Mommy, can you get me screaming in the background.
Some stimulation.
Constant. And I'm like, I have to reply to that email and
do you put headphones in and kind of?
I have loop.
I do that.
You know, those loops. And sometimes, but I have to listen to them. I need to know
that when they've got requests.
I just have to be my brain has to work in a certain way and kind of whatever it is, block it out a bit. But I still have to listen, and I still have to be present, and I still have to get what I need to done. And
so the house is different.
It's just my friend was like, is it always this noisy? And I was like, I mean, I know no different right now. This is the chapter I'm in. So,
but this is the chapter you're in. You were in a quiet chapter with 1, or a gentle easing chapter 2.
And it was COVID with 1, and it was very chilled. And Flynn was just the most chilled baby. I felt like I was sent a dream. He literally, 2 years of not being able to get pregnant, and I was sent a little dream. He was just so chilled, easy baby. And then I was like, God, if we want a second, we might need to crack on. And then Didn't take long.
Then Titicaca came out. And then 3.
Little
So
Miss Kelly Clarkson Independent over
she
there.
is.
Yeah, she is.
And then I see your Instagram and I don't ever see chaos actually. I just see like this lovely
there is
house
chaos.
full of
If I'm not
warmth.
showing it, I apologise because there is chaos.
Really?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because you have a husband who's outside the home working?
Yeah, he is at home like a couple of days a week, but mostly he is out. He remote works a bit at home, but mostly in the office.
So you are head honcho of the house?
Yeah, have to be, yeah. But he is but he's a very hands-on dad.
Hands-on
as well.
dad, okay.
Yeah, like,
but you're head honcho of the house,
Yeah.
you're running that. You're going to get them back to school in a few weeks because the UK is different.
yeah.
And then you are running your own business. The UK is just different.
Yeah. Well, like I think people think my primary business is being an influencer, but actually my background is marketing strategy and brand development. Like that's something I've never
Hence
given
why
up.
she's so good at it.
Well, I think like Instagram, instantaneous. I don't think of Instagram as like this instant thing anymore. Whereas I used to be like, okay, I'm in the moment and I need to put all this up. I just don't operate that way with it anymore because it takes me out of the moment if I do that. Whereas like I'm on holiday, I want to enjoy my time with my kids, but I still want to capture the time. So I'm going to capture it and then put the phone away. So I'll take some photos, I'll take some videos, and then I'll put the phone away.
And they do say it?
Yeah. Well, it depends.
Gia says it to me.
It depends what I'm doing. Like if I'm really like focused and I've got some admin to do or like something I need to send over.
Because we live on our phones. Our work is on our phones.
Yeah, I mean, I use Canva on my phone. I use
CapCut,
any
your
presentations
invoicing,
I
your
have to
emails.
do. Yeah, invoicing, absolutely. Emails,
Same.
all editing is on my phone.
Same.
So, but I try and do it in the evening when they're gone to bed. Like that's when I do the majority of my work. Like I'll either get on the laptop then or...
When they say it, are you like all mums and their shite guilt, but is there a
Well, the younger two don't say it. It's only Flynn. Like
he's just like, get off
he's
your phone.
5. He's just really like, what are you doing on your phone, Mum? Like he's really just like, come on.
She
now.
wants to look at my messages. I feel like she thinks like I'm dating 4 people. Yeah,
Are you on Bumble, Mom?
She's like, who are you texting? And I'm like, I'm just. And she goes, but why? And then I worry that she'll become addicted because she sees this addict in me.
Yeah, but it's the dopamine hit of phones, iPads, all of it. Like we are living in that era. In a way, like I look back and I go, God, wasn't I lucky I had a 90s childhood? Because we are.
The 90s was the best.
Fantastic, it was. We were so lucky. We've no idea.
So
and that's like the last decade where,
of
you
freedom.
know, we weren't touched by technology in every corner of our lives the way we are now.
And then we were probably, I'm going to be honest, someone asked me recently about my childhood, how was it? And I go, good but lonely. And she went, you had a huge family. I go, yeah, but I was lonely.
Yeah.
And she goes, why? And I go, I don't know. Wasn't really allowed to watch much TV. We lived in the middle of nowhere in the country. I loved my school life. I was a very social person, so I didn't have a lot of that. I didn't have tech.
Yeah.
And that loneliness is a great driver for creativity.
Yeah.
It makes you very ambitious, I think, because you want to get out.
Yeah.
But I think there's less loneliness and less boredom now. And I watch my kids on holiday and the need to feel like there was a great an influencer who put up recently going, we are not on holiday to entertain our kids 24/7, let them be bored. And I struggle with that.
Yeah.
Did you struggle? You were just away?
No, I mean, we were like, I was very much like, okay, well, like, because with us, it's just general activities. It's like, well, we need to go to the supermarket and pick up nappies and bits.
So admin.
So it's admin.
Okay,
Yeah.
so apparently that's really good for kids.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm like, come on now, we're all going in the car. We're all going down to the French supermarket.
That's an
We're all going to
adventure.
pick out some bread, some fruit, some nappies for the kids. Let's buy some hats, you know. Like we just did a little, like French supermarkets are unbelievable. So that was like an activity in itself. And then, you know, you come back, we have to get lunch on, clean up after lunch, you know, bring them to the pool, bring them to the play area.
So it's just living. You weren't exactly
it's
like
just living, yeah. It's not like,
yeah, okay, good.
Like we did, obviously, you know, we went around these lovely little French villages and walked around and looked at some lovely chateaus and, you know.
Everyone always needs a poo.
Yeah.
What is it about like culture and kids neading to go to the toilet and ruining the moment?
Yeah, literally.
Like we were at the Acropolis and I was like, I was like, grab a pic there, and I was like, and Gia's like, I think I need to go to the toilet. I was like, you can't because there is no toilet.
Yeah,
and also we're in the middle of a really nice family moment. And then Simone's like, I hate this. I was like, you hate this? You have feelings about this? It just, there is no romance. There is no Acropolis.
But it is kind of, I don't know, I wouldn't change it for anything either because I'm like, I'm very grateful to be in these places with my children because I know I'll look back.
Would you be sad if you hadn't had kids?
Oh yeah. I was born to be a mum, like.
Oh.
And I knew that even before I had Flynn, like. That's why it killed me that I wasn't getting pregnant. But I was like, the universe was like just waiting for the right time or just waiting for me to work through some stuff before it gave me a baby.
If you met your hubby and maybe you decided not to, or you didn't meet him and you're out on your own being a badass business bitch, do you think there'd be something missing?
Do you know there was a period of time before I got married where I was thinking, I could take or leave kids.
Okay.
I was seeing other people with kids. I was seeing the struggle and I was like, I think I could take or leave kids. And one of my best friends, she is childless by choice as well. And we'd had conversations and I was like, yeah, I totally get that. I get that. But like as time went on and then my sister had a baby. And then when my sister had a baby, I was like.
Got Birdie.
I felt like she was my baby, and I
Yeah.
was like, okay, I need my own baby now. And then that, like, from that point, I was like, right, yeah, we need our own baby.
So your life would be dramatically different.
Oh yeah, I think so, massively. Like, most people I know who don't have kids, like, who are married and in relationships, they've got, like, childless, and if they're childless by choice, obviously, they've got some great life, you know, like, off to Palma on the weekend, or,
Yeah, and
you know.
we were thinking the other day, we were so tired and busy before we had kids. What horseshit.
What horseshit, yeah.
Like, I just remember weekends of moaning,
Oh, yeah,
oh my God, work
busy.
is
I've
so
got to go shopping
hard.
and do brunch and get some admin on my car.
It's nuts how we now fill our day, and it's completely
But I think your priorities do change.
Yeah, they do
I don't
change.
want to belittle anyone,
No.
but it's kind of like, you know, you think it's hard, but then everyone has their next hard.
Everyone
you know,
has their
like,
hard, yeah.
And it's like, it's just a new challenge, isn't it? It's a new set of priorities, and it's a new set of, I don't know, yeah.
How are you physically after your last Bobo? Because when you were in here, you were like, physically, the demands, the drain of that, the 3, you were showing us your body, you're really real about what you were using to help yourself. You look phenomenal. But how are you finding that? I found after Simone things very tricky for a good 1.5 years, and then I had to find a routine.
I have learned a lot in the last 2 years about C-section recovery, and the fact that there is zero standard of care given to women. It is
even in the UK?
Ireland, there is just not, even postpartum in general, I would say, like, women should be given a little decent sized book after they have a baby of all the steps that they need to take to physically recover themselves. Because there's women going, oh, I didn't have a clue about pelvic floor, I didn't have a clue about breath work, or I didn't have a clue about massage, or seeing a PT, seeing a physio, or, you know, diastasis recti. I didn't understand that was the reason why I have this belly pooch.
Yeah.
All of these things should be in a little pamphlet that is given to you. It is so much more than just, oh, if your scar hurts, let us know. There's so much more to it. You are going to be recovering from a C-section for the rest of your life, and you need to take appropriate steps to physically and mentally recover. And women are given absolutely nothing, and it is wild to me.
So after years, you're saying there was no, like, this is what you need to do to stimulate that area?
I only found out what I found out because I'm the kind of person that if I don't know the answer to something, I will go and Google it or ChatGPT the answer till the end, because I've worked in marketing, and if I didn't know the answer, I had to go and bloody well find out. And it's just one of those things where I think if you're not the kind of person where you'll go find out the information, you need to be given it.
And your third was a C-section as well?
Yes, so I've had 3.
So that's tough on the bod.
Very tough on the bod. And I think as well, like, I talk to so many women in my DMs who've had, you know, Crohn's diagnosis and IBS diagnosis, and they don't realise it's actually scar tissue that's adhered onto their internal organs, which is
Crohn's
caused...
diagnosis from us, yeah.
Yeah, but it's because having repeated C-sections, our bodies aren't really built for it.
It's a surgery.
It's a major abdominal surgery. And if we're having them, like, there's women having 3, 4, 5 C-sections. Like, that's kind of, you know, if you have to get a baby out by a C-section, you have to have
Did you feel at sea with the third as well?
I felt I recovered quite well on my first and my second, but my God, the recovery on the third, my body is never going to be the same. I don't think. I'm going to keep going with it, but I think a couple of things. I don't think I looked after my core enough in my third pregnancy. Okay. I think I worked out way more in my second pregnancy, which is why I saw greater recovery. But again, women need to be told that we need to be looking after our core and our back and actually prioritising and working out while we're still pregnant if we want to recover.
Because some people shame you and go, oh, you're holding dumbbells while you're pregnant, dangerous.
No, bullshit. We need to be keeping strong throughout pregnancy and after pregnancy. That's the only way we see these results. And like you know, when you look on Instagram and it's like, this is my body after having a baby, and it's an American PT who has worked out for the entirety of her pregnancy.
Has a regime.
And has a routine. And then, of course, she's able to do these moves 2 weeks after having a C-section because she's worked out all of her pregnancy. But this is where I'm really frustrated, because it's like, but what about the ordinary woman who has a desk job? What about the ordinary woman who's a teacher, whose, you know, whole job isn't 5 days a week in the gym? How do we help women like that recover? And that's where they're the audience I want to speak to, and that's why I'm
getting into that whole arena.
Well, I'm nearly finished writing something, which I'm hoping, because it's like what I've learned in the last 2 years about C-section recovery.
When you came out, you were like, how do I get myself back to
where I was feeling strong? Because like I said, I think because I had 2 kids already, I found it more difficult and I was working for myself. I found it more difficult, I think, to find time to exercise on my third. And I had a few like issues on my third pregnancy as well. And it was a surprise pregnancy. Like, I didn't plan on having a third, and it was just kind of the juggle of life. I didn't exercise as much as I did on my second, so I just didn't see that recovery that I had.
And did you feel sad and down about it?
Yeah, of course.
You did?
Yeah, because I mean, I looked at my body and I was like, Jesus Christ, you know? Like, it's like, you know, my tummy was my pride and joy years ago. And I'm like, I've had to kind of really make my peace with the fact that my body has changed so much. But I'm the kind of person, I'm like, right, well, I'm still going to try and get after it. I'm still going to try.
What are you doing?
So
I've loved all your stuff on this.
Yeah, I mean, I started very much from the ground the ground up. And I would say I kind of didn't do very much in the first 2 months. But then after that, I started doing like core breath work, a lot of pelvic kind of floor to core work, things like that.
Like planky stuff?
No, not at all.
Sorry,
no. So like, you know, your dead bugs, things that are very, very gentle movements, very small movements, almost movements that you would recommend to somebody if you'd had like a hernia operation. Because that's where you need to start. It needs to be very slow, very mind to muscle connection. But all of this needs to be like given to women because it's
Did you go to physio?
I did a pelvic floor course online.
What creams are you using? Because you are a beauty queen.
Honestly, I've just used face creams on my stomach, but I've got lymphatic drainage massages and are huge. Like they are, if you've had any kind of abdominal surgery, because obviously scar tissue building up, you know, excess fluid retention, great for getting rid of all that. So I'd really recommend that to any women who've had C-sections because it just debloats the area and just gets it moving again. And I think women are a bit like, I get so many women saying, oh, I'm scared to touch my scar, I'm scared to touch my stomach. You have to get it moving. It's like circulation for your face. All of that, you got to get it moving. Like even if you're just in the shower and giving it a good massage, give it a good rub. But like I said, I've put together something that I'm hoping is going to be really good for women.
Is there I know you don't like giving out major brands because you work with so many, but was there one particular cream? No, you don't want to go there?
I don't think there's anything that's been a particular miracle. I think, I mean, you can use any kind of decent face cream or like a stretch mark cream. Like I've just bought like, you know, the Palmer stuff, you know, Palmer's stretch mark oil. Like that's
Do you have any stretch marks?
Oh yeah, loads.
Should we be cool about that? Because I felt this holiday now.
I've had stretch marks since before I had kids though. Like, you know, I've had them on my hips, I've had them on my boobs. Like they're normal to me. But like I've never really had a huge problem with my stretch marks. They are what they are and they're genetic. Like if you're, that's the thing with stretch marks, they're genetic. So you can't really get rid of, like if your mother had stretch marks, you're going to get them, or if your father had stretch marks, you're going to get them.
Are you relieved to be out of baby making zones?
There's two things there. So this is one of the reasons I'm glad I had my tubes cut, because I look at some days and I go, God, I could easily be like, I don't know, baby. It's, you know, it's the smell, it's the, you know.
It's the bloody hair.
Yeah,
it's
all of it.
Hair.
It's all of it. It's like this itch. And I'm like, but I know it would break me physically and it would be irresponsible of me to the rest of my children to have more children.
No, you'd be amazing, but it is a lot.
Yeah.
No, you'd be amazing. I could see you 5 or 6 fanning around the kitchen.
Oh, I would.
Oh God, can you untie those?
Can't, no.
Let's do it now.
I had them cut it. I was like, that's it. No, 3 is my magic number, like 100%. Like I was very grateful for a boy and a girl and was like, that's it now, family's closed, you know, we're done, we're complete. And then surprise.
You got a little Bobo.
Yeah, my little Clarky poo.
So cute.
He's great. But yeah, like I honestly get why women can keep having children. I feel like I could do the same, but like financially and physically, there's
also this strange, I don't know whether you'd agree, there's a strange competitive nature in me where a pal or a neighbour, someone will go out of nowhere, you're a bit like, what the hell? We're pregnant with our third. And you'll go, what the fuck? And then you'll have a good bitch in your head about, like, that's insane. Yeah. They look very stretched. Yeah. She's tired. Yeah. She's not happy in her job. Why would she have
Why is she doing this? Yeah,
You pick them apart in your brain, but you don't verbalise that. And then you go, God, I'm jealous.
I love that you're so honest about that.
How is your marriage? Like, and I don't mean that in a big, you know, existential crisis. Let's talk about it. How do you keep afloat your boat? Like, do you have the chats? Do you have the check-ins?
We just had our 9-year wedding anniversary yesterday.
That's nuts. Congratulations.
9 years.
Congratulations.
Yeah, 17 years together in total. We met on my J1.
That's odd.
That's a long time.
So long. Everyone on this podcast.
I'm like, that's nearly 20 years.
I feel like this should just be the love podcast. Like, Hannah Saunders met her partner on holiday at 16. And I find that, like, I just went, what? You're obviously joking. She's like, no, I'm not joking. We skipped out that night and kissed and now we're together. I was like, that's insane. 17 years and 9 years married. So you know each other.
And I still look at him and I'm like, you're nice, you'll do, you know.
That's so nice.
Yeah. He's still pretty cute. So
he must be very proud of you.
I'd like to think he is. Like, I think he's proud from the perspective of like kind of the juggle. He's like, you know, he knows I juggle a lot of plates. Yeah. And I think he's proud of that.
That you can do that.
Not everyone can do that. Yeah.
That must make him think, wow, she's pretty awesome.
But also by the same token, I know I'm tiresome in just that, like, I always need to have a project on the go.
What's that about you? It's my favourite thing about you.
Yeah, but
I'm similar in a way, not as much, but you've a lot of...
I'm a pain in the arse because I'm like...
But imagine he was with
and I have said that to him. I'm like,
person.
if I'm not that girl, if you want that, like, and I've had those
I've had
arguments with him. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, you came to the wrong place if that's the kind of person you want. Sorry.
I've had those chats to him. Like, if you want that gal who's chill, steady,
you picked the wrong gal because that ain't me, babe.
That ain't me.
Yeah,
and you can't pivot yourself. Like, I remember when Jason and I met, and he is quite conservative, and we're very different. And he'd had a teacher girl, then and then he met me, and I said, like, I'm never going to fill that boot. Like, I'm not. And I think you always struggle with being different.
Yeah. But then, I don't know, I kind of think like that yin and yang can work really well, because I'm kind of the creative, and I've got the ideas, and then he's like, right, so how can we make this happen? Then he kind of executes.
Does he?
But yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm the big kind of like, let's do this.
The ideas person.
Yeah. And I've always been like that, whether it's been holidays, house projects,
In the evenings when those millions of kids have gone down.
Yeah. Slayed the dragons, we call it.
Kitchen's clean or not clean or whatever.
Yeah. Your dishwasher's on.
Chilling. Do you sit and do Netflix and chill? Do you not? Yeah. Do you have your own interests? Do you go off on your own for a walk?
We're proper geeks, the two of us. Like, we used to have like the Cineworld unlimited cards, and that used to be like our thing. We'd be like going to the movies probably twice a week before we
But
kids.
You can't now.
We can't do that now. Like, we went to the movies the other night when my dad was obviously staying in the house, and I was like, kids are asleep, we go to the cinema, let's go out. And that's really nice for us, because it's like, we walk over to cinema, hold hands, chat, it's nice. We feel like...
So you guys are good?
Yeah, we're good. Like, we go through phases where we're not good and we hate the sight of each other, I'll be honest, but I don't know a couple who doesn't.
No.
Like, even friends I know without kids.
Did you ever have like a 2-3 bad years, or is it always small bumps, never longevity?
Yeah, it's always bumps. Like, we always, like, we can't go very long without kind of just having it out and just chatting it through and getting to the other side, really, because...
A good ride, so I'm saying. That's not a promo.
She said
that's
that, not me.
I didn't say that.
That's the soundbite for the video for the whole
Laura,
episode now, bro.
How do you make your money? I'm not going to ask, like, are you doing really well? But I think you are doing well because, guess what? People just really like you. And I think, unfortunately, the sadness of social media, it's not sad, but there's a huge... I'm swiveling.
Sorry.
We're swiveling. It's like in Friends. Pivot.
Yeah, pivot. Move forward.
Popularity, likability, relatability, these are just the words, it's a fact, right? About social. You can have some great content, and unless people like you, no one gives a shite. You are doing well. Do you feel like you're putting away little bits of money, or are you spending it? Are you crap?
I've got stuff to pay off and all that. Like, I'm like anyone. Because I essentially was on mat leave for huge periods of time, so it's like that's got to be like paid off, doesn't it? Like, I think we'll get there. And obviously there's other things I want to do, and there's other areas that I bring value in terms of making money as well. So it's not just on social media.
Are you highly ambitious?
Yeah.
Like, you want to do well. Like you said to me before, the main shit in our life is paid for, and like I was talking to you about that. Yeah. But you want a really, really good life. Like, would you like to be making good money?
I want to be able to give my kids a really good life, and whether that's like using what I've learned kind of over the years, whether that's through like C-sections, whether that's through obviously marketing strategy and brand development. Like, I want to kind of use every bit of skill that I have to add value and make money, I suppose, like any woman does.
But I like that. Yeah, but not everyone. Like, I like that you're financially independent. Okay, yes, you're married and probably will be always, but if you weren't, you're financially independent.
I hope so.
You know how to make your own money. You want to make money.
I think as a woman, though, that's really like that's really empowering. I would never ever want to rely on, like, obviously it's great that he looks after us in a way, but I like to be able to bring money to the table. Like, as in, before I had kids, I had a really, really good income, and I was used to like traveling for work, and like, it is definitely like, I knew I was going to have to take a step back and life would change, but that never, like, it doesn't mean that person has gone away. Like, she's always going to be in there. She's always going to want to be out, like, making money and, having a nice life.
It's a dirty word, though.
It shouldn't be a dirty word, though, because it's like, why send...
Someone says, do you want to do well, or you just have to be done with the kids? I was like, no, I want to do really well. And they're like...
But why can't we,
because I don't think we're allowed to say, I want to make money and be really successful.
Yes,
but I think we're meant to say, no, I'm taking a back seat. I'm like, no, I'm not.
Yeah, but I don't think a lot of women can afford to do that either. Like, look at the cost of living these days. Like, we can't really afford to take a back seat. I wish we could. No.
Do you miss being in an office job?
Some days. And only because of the kind of the camaraderie of it, and the daily kind of feeling that
the banter.
The daily feeling that you're adding value, or you're involved in something.
It's interesting.
I that's probably the element I miss.
Like, if I offered you a job tomorrow, Laura, like, where you can't do all that you're doing now because you wouldn't have time.
That's the thing.
And I gave you a job, and I said, you're head strategist for this company, right? And here's your salary. I'm going to give you 100K. And you're like, oh, great, now I can pay off. Would you want to do that 5 days a week?
I don't think I could.
I don't think you could either.
No,
I don't think you could go back working for the man.
No, I don't think I could. And that's where I'm like, I need to kind of ride this wave that I'm on now and just kind of keep afloat for now. But I know once they're all in school, things could change.
Do you love your followers engaging and the chat? You love it?
Yeah. I literally, some days I'm like, please engage. Come on. It's a social platform. I'm like, get in my comments. Come on. You know, but they used to do that, you know, and I feel like people...
What works better, reels or photos, or what works?
It depends. And I'm really like, I don't have a strategy with my own page. I just feel like, I'm like, this is what I feel like putting up today, or this is what I'm in the mood to talk about.
You don't plan in advance your schedule?
No, not really. Like, unless there's an ad coming up that they want on a specific date, that's the only scheduling I do. But I don't schedule my own personal content. I'm just like, oh, I've made this video of me putting on this outfit or chatting through this thing that I bought and done, so I'm going to put that on today.
Do you have a big setup at home with camera? Like, no.
Not
so
at
it's
all.
a mobile stand.
Oh, I literally have like a tiny thing that I pull out of my bag and stick on a window.
It's not a drama.
Like, no, not at all. Like, my house is my house. Like, it's primarily, you know, it's not a studio.
Someone said to me the other day, why share on social? And I said, what do you mean? They said, I don't get it. Why bother? What's the point?
Okay.
And yeah, it was an interesting one. And I went, and I don't think it was nasty or malicious. Yeah. And I said, because some people kind of A, like validation, B, like to share, C, enjoy the entertainment of it all, D, make an income. And I kind of went into a lot of, and then I kind of said, I don't really know the answer to that. I think it's what we're used to. And this person was like,
off a number of really good reasons.
But this person was like, I just was never that person. I go, that's good, great for you. Like, I've always been show and tell gal.
Yeah. And you know something?
Not everyone is.
No, not everyone is. But like for example, like my husband is not the kind of person. I'm like, would you go take a photo of them? Look what they're doing. That's so cute. Like, if I didn't have my phone with me, I'm like, oh, my phone's charging upstairs. Take a photo of them. They're really, really cute now. Like, he doesn't see things the way I do. Whereas I grew up, my mum probably wasn't like taking photos, but my dad was always taking photos, always taking videos. He documents everything. He writes everything down. He's had like books, journals, like everything is documented. And I've been that way always myself. Like, I've got journals of loads of stages through my life. My sister's actually quite like that, but I've always wanted to take pictures, always wanted to take videos. Yeah, always done that. And then even like then when kind of the social media stuff took over and I saw like women, you know, posting, and for years I always had this doubt that I was like, nah, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not skinny enough, there's no point me trying to do anything like this, even though girls in the office I worked in were always like, but you always come in nice outfits, you've always got your hair done,
you're like one of the most beautiful people I know.
Stop. No, but stop it. No, but I always felt like that. I was like,
your eyebrows are like, we could buy them. I could buy her eyebrows. Like Sheila Show goes insane eyebrows as well. I get so much hate from
my brows. I do. I get a lot of hate. I get girls being like,
you came in the door there and I didn't even look at your boobs. I was like, your brows. Sheila Show guy's like, can't talk to you about your amazing.
I get loads of hate for my brows, but I'm always like, I like my eyebrows, guys. Why? Sorry. I don't know.
Hate for what?
They're so big and like, what have you done?
I love your eyebrows and your eyes.
I don't like the spiky look. I'm like, that's okay if you don't like the spiky look. I like it.
No one likes my boobs. I got a lot of that on holiday.
Jesus Christ.
They're like, so a girl was like, would you not reduce them if you're
like,
would you not reduce them if you're not breastfeeding? I was like,
I don't like your hair. It's like, I didn't ask you to tell me that, but okay,
but
thanks.
That's also the problem with social media.
Is. And I'm like, okay, yeah.
Like, she's like, I just think your boobs are very out there for someone in your 40s. I was like,
okay, yeah.
And then I spent the day Googling reductions.
Oh my God, no.
No, I did, because I was like,
no.
So I was like, I don't really need my tits anymore. Like, I'm not lap dance.
Stop!
No, but honestly, I went through a real crisis.
I'm like, that is projection. That is somebody projecting something they don't like about themselves onto you. Yeah, it is.
It's not like when your mum says, when someone pushes you over and she goes, you're jealous of you. And I'm like, maybe they just don't like you, mum. Like, are we not just bullshitting on
It's one of them. I don't know, but that's how I cope with it anyway, because I think I'd mentally combust if I didn't. I was just like, they're triggered, it's fine.
Do you get hate?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. And I'm just a bit like, but I'm the wrong person to go to, because I will tell you to F off.
Okay.
I will just be like, fucking go about your day, unfollow. I don't need you here, goodbye. Like just F off, fuck off. Like, I don't need it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm, you know the way you see those videos, imagine hating on me when I'm only over here like putting on my makeup and looking after my 3 kids. That's how I feel. I'm just like, get a grip, like touch grass.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like, I remember on Pancake Day I used a pancake shaker and I had some woman be like, oh God, wait, like what, could you not just do a recipe? And I'm like, I'm fucking tired. Sorry, I bought a pancake shaker for 70p. Like, leave.
Did you respond?
No, I did. I told her fuck off. Like, I was just like, get a grip. Like, because I was like, the amount of times I cook from fresh stuff, like from scratch all the time, like 90% of the time, leave me alone on Pancake Day, where I just bought a fucking shaker in the shop.
What's a shaker?
Working. Like, you know, it's like a pre-mixer. You just throw it in the.
Oh my God, I'm disgusted.
Yeah, it's like, oh fuck off.
Like, did you do that?
I did that. Yeah, I'm that bitch. Sorry.
Oh, it's probably me that commented. I have a few pseudo names.
Oh God, yeah. I'd come to you. I'd be like, I'll bring my sword. I'll be like, piss off.
But there is a non-changing, and like there's a few, Irish celebrities are like this too, and I interview them, and there's a non-change, and then there's some people that are just drastically changed. You're like, oh, you've lost yourself.
Yeah.
2 years ago when I had you on, and you could have been like, I need payment. I really can't do it, Rebecca. I'm up to my boobs. I am in demand of brands, and also I'm tired. You came in here, and you were amazing. And even I asked you now, and you're like, look, let me see if I can make it work. I'll make it work. I was like, I just really love you for the season. It's the 8th. I don't know how many more there'll be, and you're one of our favourites. There's a great sense of the same warmth, even though, so in one area you're the same warmth, but you're literally on this trajectory.
I don't feel that though.
That's awesome.
I think because I think people think you must be a certain way if you're on Instagram, and you have to remember, I built it from nothing. Like my husband goes, do you remember how gassed you were when you got 1,000 followers? And I'm like, yeah, because it's still that
and
same feeling.
And now you have how many?
I think about 80
That's
something.
so amazing.
But as in, that's great. But I'd rather people just engage and we just have the chats.
What gets you your following? New?
I don't know. A bit of all over the place.
Beauty?
Yeah, I think it's a mix of everything. Like a bit of beauty. The vlogs seem to do well when I'm kind of out and about, or when we do a holiday somewhere, even taking Irish ferries, or people are really interested in ferry travel, or even staying in hotels with the three kids. Travel stuff, yeah. I think anytime I share anything about Irish food or Duns or even just, I don't know,
So it isn't specifically your fashion and beauty?
It just seems to be a bit of all kinds of things bringing stuff in.
What do you love doing most?
A bit of all of it. I'm such a mixed bag.
I feel like you're a bit of a fashion maven though.
Yeah, the fashion stuff actually does really fly, and I've always loved clothes, and I think because I am on such a journey, as in most women, how the fuck do we dress ourselves after we have kids? I feel
like you're there now.
I'm getting there with my style.
I saw you today, I was like, you're right. Yeah. As in last time you had a hoodie and you looked gorgeous.
But I had I was 5 months after baby, I was breastfeeding.
And you were chill, and I was like, okay, you are on your A game.
I do like my clothes, but I'm terrible. I'm always shopping.
Oh.
Fucking, I need to come
online?
Everything. And now obviously I work.
Do you spend a lot? You don't buy expensive stuff, do you?
No, I don't buy expensive stuff, but when I see things, I'm like, oh, I want to get it. And then I do obviously get stuff sent to me from brands as well now a bit. So I've got a bit of.
So you're a bit of a devil with money.
I'm a bit of a devil with clothes. Just first, that's where I'd say the majority of my money.
That's your Achilles.
Goes. Yeah, it's my Achilles. And I need to cop on in 2026.
But you get rid, you depop.
I vinted a lot of stuff as well. Yeah, for sure. But it's just I think every woman has their thing, don't they? It's I don't smoke or drink. I'm
this is your thing.
Yeah.
What is the future? You're staying in the UK, I guess. Yeah,
for now.
Yeah, you are?
Yeah. I don't know if the grass would be greener if we came home. I've had so many conversations with women in my DMs who have moved back from the UK and who have said, I had in-laws promise us the world and we didn't actually get the childcare. We didn't get the support. And
you could work here though very well.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like I try and work across both countries as well, and that's the thing with where we live in Birmingham. I can easily fly over to Dublin for things. Literally I can get flights in the week for 20 quid, which is cheaper than going to London some days.
Your husband's English?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so that was kind of the major, yeah.
And he's a twin and he's got a really supportive family who are really family orientated. Not that my family isn't very family orientated, but I think, my family would have different priorities in terms of looking after kids, and they're a bit more all over the place. My family's down in Northclough. My sister's in Dublin, things like that. So
you're going to stay there? You're going to grow
I've been there 15 years.
Will you have a podcast?
Will I? I don't know. I would love to. It's definitely something that I would never rule out.
What would you do?
Well, I definitely want to tackle the subject of C-sections and the aftercare in the UK and Ireland. That's just, it just doesn't exist, and it's an absolute crying shame.
So do you call it the glam vag?
The glam scar, the glam section, I don't know. I don't know what I would call it yet, but I just think there needs to be some kind of standard of care. There needs to be something given to women, whether that's on the NHS or the HSE or whatever, because it's now 1 in 3 C-section deliveries, 1 in 3. It used to be 1 in 20. It is now 1 in 3. So it's the norm for women to have C-section deliveries, and yet there is no aftercare. There is no information given other than, if your scar hurts, give us the nod. There's so much more to it, so much more. And
I just think
we're being dicked over.
I think we're being dicked over in general with postpartum, mental health.
Yeah, mental health.
Physical health.
Yeah, but even if you have a vaginal delivery, if you have a C-section delivery, there is no, we need to be given a book where it's start yourself from the ground up because you're going to have to rebuild.
Simone turned 4 last week, Laura, and I felt less low.
Good. It takes time. It takes time.
But she's 4.
Yeah,
so
it takes
that's
time.
how hard it
but
is,
this
guys.
is where I'm like, women need help from the week that they have their baby, or even when they find out they're pregnant. Start looking after your abs, your back, and your core, because you're going to need it on the other side.
Working out. Laura does a lot of workouts in her sitting room. Working out shouldn't be spending money on a gym.
No,
it shouldn't be looking at other women looking perfect.
No.
It's in your house. It's walking.
It's just strength. Like, it is just
strength.
If
Steps,
we focus
shopping.
on if we focus on strength as opposed to skinny, and actual strength,
mobility,
being pregnant, strength after we have children. That's key to, I think, women's mental health, physical health, long-term health, intimate health, all of it. So, yeah.
Thank you so much. I just want to marry her, and I know she knows that.
James would be jealous.
He would.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I know you're over for work as well, but I know also it was such an honour that you were coming back on this. The gals love you. Keep doing what you're doing, and best wishes with it all.
Thank you.
To all my gorgeous listeners, because every parent deserves peace of mind, I'm thrilled to share that this episode is brought to you in partnership with Optimal Follow-On Milk, the #1 follow-on milk brand in Ireland. Optimal Follow-On Milk is a product you can trust. It's specially designed to support babies' growth and development, as it contains calcium and vitamin D, which contributes to the normal growth and development of bone. With over 50 years of dedicated breast milk research, Optimal Follow-On Milk brings science and care together to support your baby's journey. Optimal Follow-On Milk, your life, our science. If you like this episode, will you please rate it, subscribe, and share it with others? This helps me get the guests that you want to hear.